Hey guys, Johnny B here today, and today is a special day. I got a new daily. It's gonna be another car that I can possibly sell, but I'm not planning on selling it at this moment. I want to keep it as long as I can until maybe a buyer comes by. This might be a harder car to sell, so I'm expecting it to stay with me a little bit longer than all the other cars, and I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna try to see if I can keep it, for this year, 2020. If I can keep it at least for 1 year, I think I should be able to enjoy it and then move on to another car. But you never know. Sometimes you fall in love with cars and you just want to keep them, like I did with my first IS300. Kept that car for over 1.5 years, and I didn't want to sell it. It's just somebody really wanted it, and it was a deal I couldn't refuse, so I ended up selling it. And here we are in this crazy adventure of buying IS300s. I've had, I don't know, like 4 or 5 at this moment, and haven't even had a chance to make video on all of them. But it's been an adventure. I love the IS, and then I bought an IS350 2006, which was the second gen, and I liked that car, so much. I loved it. It was such a great car, and I ended up selling it to a customer of mine that got in an accident with his IS300. So I just let him buy that one and kept his IS300, which is gonna be it's a whole other build series. But now I finally got the IS350 that I wanted. That's right, I bought a new one. It is a 2017. It's the year that they did the refresh, and obviously I still have my other daily at this moment, the WRX, but here it is, guys. Let me show it to you. Bam. It is the IS350 F Sport, so it's the highest tier. It's got the upgraded navigation system with the Mark Levinson sound system. It's got the additional little wing spoiler that they is an option. It's got pretty much every single option you can think of. This thing is decked out, and it looks amazing. I'm excited to fix it up and drive it. Obviously, like all my cars, I get them with a little bit of damage, so I can get a really good deal on them. And I got a really good deal on this one, so I'm excited to have this car for a while. And let me show you guys around. So here is the back. You can clearly see there, IS350 F Sport. I always go with the best tier. I never want to buy the lower tier IS300 or the IS200T. I always want to go with the fanciest one you can get, and that being the 350 with the F Sport. This is the one that has the most horsepower. It is 306 horsepower, whereas the other one is like 200, 250, 240. I don't know exactly how much, but I just know that this is the one you want to get when you want to have more power. And the thing that this has is not really that much damage. If you look up front, it's missing the whole front end, but there is no damage. Right now it's kind of like touching that, but you can see there's a little bit of damage here on the hood, and I'm guessing the crash bar probably got a little bit of damage. But if we're looking at the condenser, the AC lines, the frame on the side, frame on this side, everything is perfectly straight. So whatever hit here, it most likely damaged the bumper and the headlight, and all the other pieces are actually in the back seat and in the trunk. So I don't know what is in there, so I'm probably gonna take it out in this episode. And one of the things I did notice is that this wheel got hit. I'm guessing from whenever they hit whatever they hit the wheel as well. Somehow it's still holding air, and so I'm gonna need to replace this wheel. And this wheel is just a little bit crooked. You can see here where they hit, and then down here, the reason why it's a little crooked is because the inner tie rod is bent. So the arm, the suspension, everything else seems to be pretty good. So the only thing I need to replace or get back into shape is that, and this wheel will be in the correct orientation. So let me show you guys the inside. Coming up to the car, it is not completely clean. It does have some dirt and whatnot, but it smells like new. It's got the black leather interior, so the gray with the black. I really like the red interior, but I don't mind the black either. It's a very nice interior. It's got the F Sport wheel on it. None of the airbags were deployed, so the hit wasn't even that hard. So this airbag and that airbag for the passenger usually blow, or even any of the side airbags that are on top. So let me show you guys this side. There we go. That thing is deployed, not even like in the seat. Sometimes the seat airbags deploy right here. Oh, this is nice and soft. And on the other side, so no airbags deployed. I have not started the car yet. The battery is dead. I do have the key with me. Let me sit in here to show you guys how it looks. Look at this. Steering wheel is gorgeous. This interior is gorgeous as well. Funny enough, this looks like the FRS. The auto FRSs, they look exactly the same, where it says PRND and then the M for the manual mode. And the paddle shifters even have the same font that the FRS does. So that's interesting. And then it's got the Mark Levinson right there with the bigger 10-inch screen, whereas all the other ones have like an 8-inch screen. And then the digital dash. I heard that this thing moves from side to side, so that'll be cool to experience once we get the car started. And that's probably one of the first things I'm gonna do. This car still smells like new. It's crazy. They didn't even remove this. Like, who doesn't remove this? Probably be the first thing I removed if I bought this car new. So let's go ahead and try to get it started. So I'm gonna open the hood. So here is the engine bay, in case you guys are curious. One thing I do notice is, I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, but that seems like it's a little bit higher. But even on this side, it's a bit higher, so maybe that just comes down a little bit. That's probably like one of the things that got damaged since the headlight was shattered. That probably just got moved out of place. But other than that, look at this. Radiator fans, condenser, AC lines, all of the fuse box panels, none of them got touched. It's all perfectly straight under here. It's a little dusty, but it's not missing anything. And the battery's there. It's just, they typically die when they go through the auction and through the whole process. And the hood, unfortunately, just that little bend. So I'm gonna see if I can bend that back and save the hood, because this is the original hood with the original paint. Now that I have the jump box hooked up, let's try to start it and get the key out and see if this car starts. Here's the key. Gorgeous key, by the way. I really love the look of it. And let's see what it does. That's good. There's a light there and a light there. Okay. That's good. That's a good sign, right? See if it turns on. Oh, it's in drive apparently. Parking. Woo! It turned on first try. Literally just the battery. And I bought this car without it knowing if it ran, because they couldn't even pass it through the auction because of the front wheel being turned like it is, which is what I imagined, that having that wheel right here turned. You see how it's turned right there, and the steering wheel's perfectly straight. That's probably why they couldn't drive it through. Ooh, system loading. You guys are getting the experience with me this firsthand. First time turning it on. This is very cool. Got a couple lights on. I'm sure they'll go away after we fix looks like it's got a traction control, ABS light, some steering light, and then another traction control and the brake light. So I'm sure that as soon as we fix that wheel, we get all the wheels driving straight and we drive it around a little bit, that all those lights will probably come off, because that's just something that, oh, look at that. Headlight malfunction, brake parallel, power steering malfunction, anti-lock. So it's got all kinds of malfunctions, but this is mostly because the bumper is sitting in the back seat, and that has all kinds of sensors on it with all these new cars and all this new technology that they have. What is going on here? Checking data from an SD card. I hope it's not missing the GPS stuff. Let me check in here. This is the aux and some USBs. I know the Fiesta SC has like an SD card in here for the GPS, and if it doesn't have it, it doesn't want to work. So I gotta get that figured out, or else that's gonna cost me a good amount of money to get fixed. It's got like a little carbon fiber thing here. So yeah, guys, car's on, car's running, interior's looking great. Gonna take out all these parts next, so that way we can see what we have and what we need to order.